Welcome back to the Changing Earth podcast with author Sarah F. Hathaway and co-host Chen Gibson. Blending survival, fiction, and fact to bring you entertaining education that will help you dream, survive, and thrive. And now, here's your host, Sarah F. Hathaway and Chen Gibson.
Hello, and welcome back to the Changing Earth podcast. This is episode number 327. I'm happy to have you back with me. Hey, Chin, what's up?
Hey, Chin's up. Got my tactical flip-flops on for the show.
Tactical flip-flops. We are the fashionistas today. or I don't know what they call guys who do that. I guess I just made you gay or something, but...
Well, hey,
such it is. We're in, like...
I can identify as whatever I want now. Nowadays.
That's right. I identify as a... I don't know. I'm still figuring it out, I guess. So let's go through some laundry list things that we have to take care of first.
Are you airing our dirty laundry?
I'm airing it. I'm just going to spread it all out there, like skid marks and all.
Oh, gosh.
Sorry, I'm in kind of a mood today, if you haven't noticed. So first of all, I have to call out Denise. You're first on my list. Like, we miss having you live with us. So, Denise, all you got to do is
get her in Element.
Yes, you got to get over to Prepper Broadcasting Network, and you just hit the button to There's a button there for getting hooked up into Element. Just get on over there. Come say hi because we miss you bad. So, Denise, if you're out there listening, we miss you. Get on over there. Get hooked up with Element so you can come and talk with us live.
She's our lead chatter.
I know. And we left her over on Twitch. And I feel so bad. Like, there's no way to put messages up there. And, yeah. So, it's like, okay. We haven't seen Denise in a while. We watch you back. One more thing. Oh, next week, starting at 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. I suck with time changes, so you guys figure it out. But 2 o'clock Central Standard Time, we are starting the binge episode for the Changing Earth audio drama. The binge episode will go from that 2 o'clock mark until 3:15. Then we'll take a break. We'll have some of the performers on for about an hour doing a podcast, talking about the show. And then we'll go back into the show and do episodes 4 to 6. And at 5:45, our show is going to be a little bit delayed because it's going to be an all-day thing on Sunday, basically. So we don't come back on live till 5:45. Then we'll have more performers on. We'll be talking audio drama. It's going to be a fun day. I'm going to have to get myself some Jaeger bombs or something for that day. Keep myself going, having fun. It'll be a long day, but it'll be fun to do the binge and get to share it with everybody. We can keep the live chat going all day so people can share their love for Swenson, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that. So that's
Sorry,
next
Doug.
week.
Don't take it personal.
Yeah, don't take it personal, Doug. Hopefully we can get Doug on. Because he's like the sweetest guy in the world. Really awesome guy. But yeah, he's playing Swedson, and so that's always fun. Yeah, so that begins next week, 2 o'clock. And we'll be doing that all day. So you can just pop in, or you can stay for the whole event. If you're working in the yard or whatever, put it on your headphones and have fun with us.
Heck, put it on the stereos.
Put it on the stereo. Exactly.
Let
your
the
neighbors will be like,
hear it.
Yeah, your neighbors will be like, what are they listening to over there? So, it's good times, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So that starts next week, 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. Apocalyptic fashion. What are we going to be wearing post-apocalyptic? Basically anything you can find. We're so spoiled. It's funny that we both had that conversation.
Yeah, literally.
With our spouses. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, we're so spoiled. We have these closets that are just like full of clothes with endless options. And when something wears out, you can just go wherever, I don't want to say anything on the air to promote anybody, but you can go wherever, just grab new clothes. socks and stuff. I mean, the elastics that we have, right? They didn't used to exist, like, not that many years ago. I mean, I'm talking like 50 to 100 years ago, you know. You didn't have, like, elastic waistbands. That was non-existent, you know. I'm curious what they did for skivvies in that case, you know. I'm going to have to research more about it, but they used to have to wear the things to keep their socks up and everything, you know.
The garters, yeah.
Yeah, because they didn't have, like, the elastics.
Even the guys used to have them. I mean,
right.
Well, for, like, dress socks, yeah.
Yeah, because you didn't have the elastic to, like, hold everything up. We didn't have synthetic rubber, you know. That was really after World War II and all that we found options for doing that. And then they put it into everything. So there's some definite considerations, and it's like stuff we just take for granted, you know. Whoever thinks about that kind of thing.
Well, even now that everything's so technical, like clothing, for warm weather clothes, it helps wick the moisture away and keep you cool. And for like cold weather clothes, it's all this stuff to keep you hot and warm,
insulated.
There's.
We've specialized it all.
Science.
Yeah, science, man. Science. So colors, as far as colors go, if you're in an urban setting, you might want to reconsider all that camouflage. It's just not really the best thing.
I'm still here.
I know. Oh, I got you. I'm trying to multitask because I wanted to ask
okay. I was like,
everybody
I didn't fall out yet.
What are you guys wearing post-apocalyptic? And then it gets me multitasking, you know. So, camo, you're going to stick out like a sore thumb in an urban setting. So you're better off to go with like a khaki or an olive colored because you can use it for multiple things. It doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. You could rub some dirt on it and boom, you got camouflage, you know.
Yep.
Black is really only good at night. There's not really a whole lot of natural black in any woodland setting. So if you're thinking a woodland setting at all, black is not the color you want. I wouldn't do it. Grays for urban survival, gray or like blue jeans because you're going to be able to blend it. Just blue jeans. Stay away from clothes that kind of look like first responder clothes, that kind of thing, because you just could be more of a target then. Yeah. Even though they're built really sturdily.
I mean, they're awesome. I love all those cargo pants for just carrying stuff.
Oh, I know. I actually have a fanny, like a kind of a fanny pack. It's like a hip fanny pack that I wear on my leg. And it's
you
an
keep
instant.
telling yourself that.
Yeah, it's an instant cargo pouch for like whatever you're wearing has a cargo pouch. Yeah. So, I mean, I can conceal carry in that and everything, and it's awesome. So, that is my post-apocalyptic go-to. I got my med kits in there. I got my tourniquet, all my stuff in there, and it just comes with me everywhere. Okay. So that's a little bit about colors. If you have more questions, just go ahead and fire away. Preferred fabrics, you're looking at like poly blends. They're going to hold up well. Leather for like your jacket, that it holds up really well. It's very good during a zombie apocalypse as well because you can't bite through it. Just saying, just throwing it out there. Natural fibers, they tend to hold up better. Carhartt, anything Carhartt, really?
That's what, I've got Carhartt cargo pants, and I love them. I wear the heck out of those things.
Yeah, super sturdy.
And they're a little more farmer and a little less G.I. Joe, but
fair enough. Yep.
The cargo, just having the cargo insignia.
They can if they get saturated with water, they can get really heavy. That's the only problem I have with cargo or with Carhartt.
Carhartts, yeah.
Yeah, if they're saturated. But I used to even ski in my Carhartt jacket. But if they get saturated with water, then they get really heavy. At the end of the day, durability is key. Like durability. Because the longer you can get it to last, the better off you're going to be. When it comes to like fasteners on your clothes, you want to go for buttons over zippers. So like button flies instead of zippers. Zippers can just fail But like buttons, you can replace the button. You can make a new hole, like reinforce the hole that the button goes through and stuff. It can be repaired easier than a zipper. If you're going to go zipper, then it's going to be metal zippers over plastic ones, because the plastic ones are just garbage. The metal ones, they'll last for a while. And then tip from Chin, saving all the old buttons.
Yeah, we do. Like the wife, she collects anything. Buttons, buckles, zippers. She like strips it raw before she throws a garment or a bag or anything out. Belt buckles, all that crap.
Which you can just put them in a material bag too, and then save them, for future use too. So not only can you save the buttons, you can save the actual material. That'll bum me out when I moved.
To make patches and stuff,
Yeah, when we moved, I had to get rid of a whole bunch of that. I mean, you can only move so much weight when you move across the whole country.
Yeah.
So that really kind of bummed me out. But, like I say, we're spoiled. So really, if you have to leave your house, you're taking 2, 3 outfits with you? So that's really what it boils down to.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to start at the top. I thought it would be good to brainstorm from the top, and then we'll just go down the body. So for your head, you want a hat to block the sun. So we're talking like a ball cap or a boonie hat, the boonie bucket hat. Some of those you can actually use for water collection as well. They are water collection and a hat. So I thought it was kind of weird because it gets really sweaty and then you're collecting water in there. But hey, when you got to do what you got to do, whatever. You're going to be purifying that water anyway. A knitted beanie. So you need that knitted hat as well. When it's cold, you're going to want it big time. A helmet. Why not protect your skull? So, it might not be like
especially urban.
Yeah, exactly. Well, even out in country, if you get a serious head injury, that's not something that you can just bounce back from. You can't, that's it, right? Even skiing on ski patrol, they were like, hey, you break an arm, you break a leg, we can take you down off the mountain. It's no big deal. You break your head, you're gone, So, you could go spend your money on a Kevlar helmet. That's awesome. If you can afford to do that and get one for your family, that's great. But a hockey helmet that's spray painted, or not white, obviously. I have an airsoft helmet that has goggles that pop out of it. Why not put a helmet on your head? Because if you hit a tree, anything, you get in a fist fight, you got a helmet on.
Yeah, it's like the dumbest thing. Like the hockey players throw all their stuff off. It's like, keep that crap on.
Yeah, right? Your helmet is a key. So I don't know. I think it's a good idea to have helmets. A bandana. So you can put the bandana on your head, but the bandana has so many uses that if you don't have 1 or 2 or 3 on you, you're just, it's not an intelligent move. They can make, wipes. They can make Kleenexes. They can do a multitude of things. So the bandanas are absolutely key to have around. We have both the traditional ones and the ones you wear on your head. They have skulls on them. And you can wear them around your neck too. And they're sewn into a sleeve with 2 open ends.
Yeah.
Those ones are really useful too. And you can buy those cheap.
Oh, we just got them at a sporting goods store, and they were 70% off, and they had fleece lining. So
okay,
during the summer, what are those buffs or whatever they're called, But these were just like that. That's what they looked like on the outside, but on the inside they had a fleece lining. I'm like, well, this is going in our little backpacks because
right.
So I bought 4 of them, one to put in each car and one to put in each bag.
Yeah, they're
because
they're
it
really
can make
easy
a
to
hat,
wear on your head,
it can make a
scarf,
it can,
exactly.
Cover your ears, whatever.
Yep.
It's
you could put them on your legs if you wanted to.
Not quite that long.
Well, just on the bottom where your boot meets your pant leg.
Yeah.
So, like a leg warmer. Remember, we're fashionistas.
I'll do my flash dance.
Yes. with your skull legs.
I'm a maniac.
Okay. So, yeah, the bandana is definitely a good idea. And mine's not fleece lined. I wear it every day when I'm training MMA, stuff like that. It helps keep the sweat out of your eyes. I don't like the sweat in my eyes. So,
yeah, we just got those.
Yeah, they're useful. All right, for your face, goggles. At the bare minimum, swim goggles. I mean, if that's all you can afford, whatever. But you need some goggles. You're going to be in dusty situations, possibly chemical contamination situations, pepper spray kind of stuff, so goggles are essential.
Yeah, remember we talked about this during, like, a riot?
Yeah.
We had a riot show, prep. And we had a riot. And, and right after that, I bought swim goggles to keep in our bags.
Yeah.
That we brought to work.
I bought swim goggles and then we used them in the pool and so I need to restock actually. But I want like some good ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have ski masks. The ski masks are all there. And like I say, I have ones that pop out of my helmet, but I need to do that. I've seen some good ones since then. Okay, glasses. If you wear prescription glasses, whenever you get new ones, save the old ones. Put them in your go bag. Like, the more pairs you have, the better, and something's better than nothing. So, also make sure you have a lanyard for your glasses. Like, you might not wear the lanyard now, but it would definitely help to have it in a situation like that. Because, like, for example, my mom was doing a burn pile, and she threw something on the fire, and her glasses came off and went in the fire.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they were like $700 pair of glasses,
Well, now it's $700. Then it's priceless.
Exactly. So, something like that happens. The lanyard would have kept it to your head so you don't lose your glasses. Mm-hmm. If you don't have glasses, or even if you do, the sunglasses to help with the glare if you don't get the tinted ones. The tinted ones, they tend to wear out, Like, they don't tin over anymore. They get kind of smeary sometimes. I've worn them that long. Shooting glasses, tinted and clear color. And that's from Mr. James Yeager. He wrote a book on basically stuff you need to load out for if you're going to be a self-defense contractor. Or a defense contractor, a private defense contractor. So his book is really, really interesting, and he has some great lists in there, guys. It's really not that expensive, and great lists. I'm going to grab the name of it real quick. But yeah, good book if you want to read. I mean, because you figure they're basically going over there to survive, So good resource to have. I hear you typing, Chin. You're going to put up a link for me, aren't you? It's called High Risk Civilian Contracting, Working in a War-Torn World. And really good book. Great things to think about, and gave me some great ideas for future stories too. Hint, hint. When you're dealing with the fiction author, that's what you get.
The world is your resource.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. All right, so that pretty much takes care of our eyes, keeps our eyes safe, keeps our eyes working. So for the face area, your bandanas can come in handy again. You can use it as a dust mask. So that's a really great thing. But if you have the N95s, that's even better. An N95 mask is don't wear them because of this BS that we're going through. Save them so that you have them when stuff really hits the fan, because if it's like a volcano that erupts, the N95 masks are actually better than gas masks because the filters don't clog as much, and that's what you're really worried about in like a volcanic situation. Gas masks are good for exactly what they're, gas. That's exactly what they're good for. So
taco night.
Yeah. Or chili cheese fry night. So, there's a time and a place for each type of mask, and sort of depending on what it is. So now, performer on the show, friend and awesome guy who takes care of a lot of stuff at PBN, Dave Jones, he has the hookup with the gas mask. So if you guys are in need of those, you got to email Dave about that, because he's got a hookup and he can get you set up for the right price, for the right quality that you need.
Oh, top tier stuff. Yep.
Top tier stuff. Yeah, exactly. So use that resource. If you listen to an episode of the audio drama, honestly, the commercial's there every time. So no excuse. No excuse. Ear for your ears. So earplugs or electronic hearing protection is what James Yeager suggests. But, guys, we're talking post-apocalyptic. Are you going to be able to charge electronic hearing protection? Maybe.
Rechargeable batteries.
Right. Maybe. So you can go ahead and invest in that. But at the bare minimum, a jar of those little earplugs is so cheap that you really have no excuse. And I can tell you, guns are loud. If you have to be in an area where a gun's being fired and you don't have ear protection, it sucks. They're loud. It hurts. You'll have a headache and nausea for like the rest of the day. It really sucks. So unless you have hearing aids that you can turn down, like James did that day, James Hart, he turned down his hearing aids. We didn't have any earplugs. Oh my gosh, it was the worst. And we were shooting on the water, so like it was echoing off the water too. Ugh, bad experience. Pirates used to wear earrings because they would put wax plugs on the loops, and that way if they needed earplugs, they could just turn them up and stick them in their ears, right?
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, oh man, I need some hoop earrings. See, fashionistas.
Tactical
I need some tactical hoop earrings that have my earplugs just hook right to it. But funny. They do make those on a like a lanyard you can wear around your neck. Mm-hmm. Yep. So, something to think about. Obviously, you're going to fire your gun whether you have it or not if it's a self-defense situation. But I'm just saying, it might not be a bad idea to have, and especially for your kiddos kind of thing. Their hearing's really sensitive. All right, so for your neck, a scarf, not a bad idea. Like you were talking about, you have the dual purpose one. I like two uses out of something is much better than just one use, because really with the scarf, that's all I'm seeing is one use. But the bandana, well, I guess you could use a scarf for like splinting people and stuff like that too. But the bandana, you can tie it around your neck to stay warm as well. Plus, you can wet it down in the summertime and put it around your neck to stay cool. So, bandana.
Yep.
Coming in again.
Yep.
All right, now we're down to the torso. So you want to layer your torso so you can adjust for climate. If you get too warm, you want to be able to unlayer and then layer back up for if you're getting cold, that kind of thing. Torso is really, really important. For women, you want to have alternate bras with you. Don't forget the ladies, okay? Like, we can't have that situation happening. So make sure you pack that. Sports bras are really best, because they do the best job when you're having to move and things like that. But a good undershirt, it's worth its weight in gold. We use Rash Guards, and they will keep you cool if you're hot. They will keep you warm if you're cold. They wick the sweat away, and they prevent, here we go, nipple chafing. It really happens when you're wearing a lot of gear, you're walking around a lot. Like when we played ice hockey, you're wearing, your shoulder pads and all that. You can get nipple chafing, and the Rash Guards prevent that from happening. They're super comfortable. Do you know what I'm talking about when I talk about a Rash Guard?
I am staying out of this conversation.
It's just like a tight, kind of like a swim shirt. Have you seen the swim shirts?
Yeah. Well, I've seen it for surfing. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of times, they'll wear the shirts just so they don't get rashes.
from the board when they're paddling out.
Yeah, because they put wax and sand on the board to give them traction.
Yep.
And that'll just chew you up.
Yep. So they're just like a polyester type shirt, really tight. Yep. And even in the hot weather, you want to make sure that you have long sleeve that'll be cool because you don't want to get sunburned. That could be worst case scenario, you know.
Yep.
Pack some T-shirts, of course. T-shirts are just T-shirts, so I mean, you can remake them, whatever, out of old stuff. Of course, they will wear out. But then a collared overshirt. Why collared? Because you can turn the collar up and down depending on if you want a wind block, sun block, that kind of thing. Make it a very durable fabric, of course. A lot of them have the reinforced elbows. I know it looks kind of hokey, but when it comes down to it, that's the part that's going to wear out, you know. So, okay, a hoodie. So it seems like a hoodie would be a good idea, right? You can put the hood up to keep warm or to keep the sun off of you, that kind of thing. But the hoodie, I train self-defense. That's my forte. I'm doing MMA, 3 to 4 times a week and stuff like that. But so the hoodie is a great handle if you want to be able to choke somebody out, or control
almost as good as the ponytail, right?
It's almost as good as the ponytail, exactly. It's like a little bit better because you can choke people out with it. You can literally wrap it around their head and then pull on it and choke people out with it. Mm-hmm. So, as good as the hoodie is, it does present that threat. So that's totally like your call. I would know how to escape those types of things if you do choose to wear one. Otherwise, just stick with your hat, stick with your bandana, that kind of thing. And then body armor. Make sure it fits. Buy the best stuff you can for your budget. Oh man, what's the site that I use to get mine? Darn it. I should have all of this ready. But body armor is key. I went with iron plates just because they're durable. They're cheaper. They hold up to time longer than ceramic does. And I didn't know how many years it was going to be sitting around before we actually needed to use it, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So that's what I went with. AR 500 armor.
Yep.
So go to AR 500. They have some great deals, and they have some great Christmas deals going on right now. If you're worried about your kids, they have, I can't remember what the one's called that we bought, but they have ones that are small enough for the kids. And I have basically a kid body, Yes, here comes more short jokes and small jokes, but it's hard for me to find body armor that really fits me because I'm so little. Everything's too big, right? And I want to move. I want to be able to be very mobile. I know a lot of martial arts. I can shoot, that kind of stuff. I'm not just want to walk around in this huge thing. So they have one there that's small enough, and it's their cheapest one too.
The Freeman.
The Freeman. Boom. Yep. And that one fits the kids, like an 8-year-old, and it also fits me. So go figure. Yep. Mm-hmm. And then you can go up sizes for the bigger dudes in your life or the bigger women in your life. So I would highly suggest you do that just because, at least you protect your vitals that way. Accessories. Now we get to accessorize for our torso. Yeah. A weapon sling. Having a sling for your rifle, that kind of thing. Great thing to have. A bandolier. So, you're carrying shotgun shells right there, carrying your rifle rounds, everything right there. Great thing to have. Leather wrist wraps or gauntlets for around your wrists. If you get into any kind of a knife fight or anything like that, those things, protect all of your vitals that are right there, very easily accessible. And in a zombie apocalypse, you can't get bitten on the wrist. Exactly. So, those are good to have. Definitely something to consider, that's for sure. Okay, for your hands. Mittens for when the cold downtime. we kind of talked about that when we were talking about prepare for the cold. Make sure you have finger access so that if you need your hands rapidly, you can. Shooting gloves. Shooting gloves can handle the heat of the rifle and the sharp edges, but they're still really functional. Good utility gloves. So you're going to be doing a lot of work. You need to protect your hands. So really good utility glove, but you should still be able to shoot your gun with that glove on. I've found a couple pairs that I really like, and that's definitely something that I test is, can I still shoot my gun? I love it. That's hilarious. Can I still shoot my gun with the utility glove?
And that's true because your finger might not fit in the guard, right. The trigger guard.
Or like the seaming, the stitching can be so thick that it like disrupts your ability to really, use the pointer of your finger. Mm-hmm. Oh, your little girl is mad at you back there.
She's a floor away. That's how mad she is. I'm one flight up from where she is right now.
She's like, Dad, I need my book and my wine right away.
I saw that picture. Sarah sends a picture of her dog playing with a toy, a squeaky toy, and I'm like, no, this is how my dog rolls. She's licking her lips after drinking a glass of wine, and there's a book out on the patio.
And she's a white dog, so you can see the wine staining into the side of the face. That was epic.
I should put that up.
Yeah, on the thing for sure.
Yeah,
on the live
funny.
chat.
Yep.
So the other one that I picked up along the way in all my years of survival training is heat gloves. Like the gloves you can use for the grill and stuff like that.
Yep.
When you're tending to a fire, when you're handling lots of hot things, those gloves are worth their weight in gold. You don't want to burn your hands, right? And it also eliminates the need to have like so many utensil type things. You can just use your hands to get a lot done. So
back to the leather wrist straps. Mm-hmm. I actually got surplus, like military surplus Kevlar sleeves. So they kind of like they don't have fingers, but they're kind of like long gloves without fingers.
Uh-huh.
So you put those, and they're cut resistant and I think heat resistant too.
Oh, dude.
I threw those in my bag because you don't know, like if you had to like, I don't know, work on your car or something or
yep.
do something stupid like that, then it'd be nice to.
Little oopses can make a big deal in that type of circumstance.
Crawl around a building or a warehouse or something to be able to like give yourself a look. Yeah, they were like, I don't know, a dozen of them for nothing. So I was like, yeah, we're putting these in the bag.
Oh man, that's awesome. I need a pair of those.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking like hockey gear. I got a lot of hockey gear, so All right.
Yeah.
We're through the hands. Okay, pants. So same color scheme applies. Blue jeans, for the urban blend, that kind of thing. Knee reinforcement is good. You could also get knee pads. We're gonna, that would be an accessory kind of thing. I have them because when we're playing airsoft, I protect my knees at all costs now. Mm-hmm. So, but reinforced knee material because it's going to wear out. Very durable. Durability is again the key. So there's Carhartt, and what's the other company that's
511?
No, it's like Duck. Something with Duck. Anyway, they're really good as well. They make a lot of stuff very similar to Carhartt.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Carhartt's awesome.
I know. But Carhartt has all the reinforced stuff. I mean, they have construction pants and all that.
Yeah.
Lots of pockets.
Yep.
You want to have lots and lots of pockets. Just because, then you don't have to carry as much in your packs, that kind of thing. You have it on you all the time. And then I like the ones that the bottoms tie off, right? So I like it when my pants tie off at the bottom. All my camos tie off at the bottom because when I'm playing airsoft and whatnot, I can put those over my boots and tie them off, and then I don't have stickers and all that stuff coming up my boots, up my pant legs. It also helps keep bugs out if you live in buggy areas like I do now. So, love the tie down. Alternatively, they make like a material that's like a leg warmer, yes, but it actually bridges that gap from the bottom of your pants to your boot.
Those are really helpful.
Yeah, a lot of the times, like farriers wear them, you know, on the bottom, horseback riders, that kind of thing. All right, so accessories for the bottom, a nylon duty belt or a climbing belt. They make belts that have like climbing quality buckles on them. So you could instantly turn them into like a climbing harness if you needed to. Those are great to have. A tactical holster, the dual leg magazine pouch, pistol magazine pouches, a medical pouch that stays on you all the time. If you're carrying a gun, you should be carrying a tourniquet. That's just the end all be all. And your tourniquet should not be located in your car. This is another James Yeager just driving me up the wall. Because I'm like, yeah, it's in the car. He's like, okay, so you get shot in your femoral artery, and now how are you walking back to the car? Good point. Okay, so the tourniquet should be by the weapon, because if you're carrying a gun, you should carry a tourniquet. That's just it. That you can go talk to James about it if you feel differently, but that's what I got piled into my head. So, the medical pouch, you want to make sure that's on you all the time, especially in a post-apocalyptic. Like I was saying, the little boo-boos can make a big deal. You want to treat them as fast as possible. It's not a rub some dirt on it situation if you want to be there for your family, that kind of thing. And then pocket binoculars. Those are great to have.
Yeah.
And I got a really cool pair at Prepper Camp. Got the Prepper Camp insignia on them.
Right?
Yeah.
Those are cool. They're tiny. They're fold up. They have a little carrying bag you put right on your belt.
Yep. They're so good, too. Like the quality over my other ones that I had is just so much better. I'm like, oh, these ones are going to your go bag, babe. I get these ones. All right. On your feet. So we've talked a lot about feet. I've got boot episodes. You know, we got all kinds. So if you're interested in more about it, this is just a quick overlay. So if you're interested in more about it, go check out that. But synthetic tight socks. A lot of guys who have to march a long ways and things like that, they wear pantyhose. It, again, prevents the chafing. Then you want a thicker pair of natural fiber socks that can go over the top of that. That helps keep you warm, moisture away from it. 2 pairs of broken-in boots. So that's kind of tough because my boots, you know, I spend some coin on my boots. But what I do is I save my old ones just in case. But, I mean, I wear the heck out of them. So, you know, do the best you can with what you got. But obviously 2 is 1, 1 is none. And it sucks. That's
to help with, like, if a pair gets wet.
Yeah, if a pair gets
pull the
wet.
Other pair in.
Yep, that kind of thing. Flip-flops, they're cool just to carry around, you know, so you can let your feet air out and you're still protecting your feet. They're really, you can buy super lightweight ones that are very easy to store. So, I mean, it's worth it. And they're very easy to repair. Like, even if you bought a pair of the super cheapos, you could easily repair them so that they keep working for the long haul. You might be in an area where you're sharing foot space with a lot of people, right? If you're showering multiple people, that's how a lot of things get spread. So you'd want something for your feet. I know it's kind of like first world problem to think about, but, you know, we want to survive as long as possible. All right, for the kiddos, get growth charts. Man, those kids are going to grow and grow and grow. If you have multiple kids, start saving the older kids' stuff now. Don't throw it out, you know. I did that as soon as I knew the second one was coming, and now we have clothes for days. Shoes, we do. Shoes, save the shoes. You might buy them new ones, but if you have the old ones saved and something were to happen, at least you have something to alternate to. For now, for adults, save your old clothes. You know, they can be repurposed into new ones. They can be used as patches. They can be used to make quilts, that kind of thing. The fabric will be, like, really, really sought after if we didn't have access to what we have now. Everything's useful. And then learn how to sew and mend. How many people know how to do that nowadays, right? Learn how to do it by hand. Learn how to do a cross stitch and that kind of thing. I know it sucks. It takes time, but you might thank yourself later. For bigger, larger, heavier material, you need an awl and a bigger needle. So basically, you're going to be poking the hole through and then making it yourself. Learn how to make a pair of moccasins. What if you don't have shoes and you need to put something on your feet? You can make moccasins out of leather. So, and it's not hard to learn. So I would highly suggest that you have the awl, you have that bigger needle, you learn how to do some of those things. Think I left anything out?
No, I think we're doing good. Oh, you forgot the comfort items.
Because you know what? The comfort items, they're not even applicable. You can't have your iPad.
You don't want the Changing Earth book packed away just for something to read and, kind of relax with at the campfire?
Yeah, maybe you want something a little sunnier if you're actually like in the moment, You start reading about Swenson and stuff, you'll be like, oh my God, they're out there. Well, it's actually a good warning. But yeah, I mean, good book, that kind of stuff. I have cards. Uno cards, exactly, because, yeah, those things, they do make a difference. But we're not doing like candy. We're not doing full go bag today, so no comfort items for you. We're cutting you off. All right, let's go ahead and get into some. We got to get into the Changing Earth news. Okay, here we go. All right, it is November 28th. And this is your Changing Earth news for the day or for the week. So the sun is quiet. We had a solar wind impact that hit. Is very weak. Was it a CME that let off Thanksgiving-ish? Very weak. It was kind of the best setup. We are monitoring sunspots that are on the southern end of the sun, but everything looks good right now. There was major, their blot echoes, their magnetism abnormalities within our planet, and they were all in South America along the western side of South America. And we saw a lot of earthquake activity there in the past week. It's just a correlation thing, so they can really track, how these new earthquakes are coming about, that kind of thing. Pretty cool stuff. The Antarctic sea ice, it has been confirmed that it is growing. It is record growth that they have never seen before in the history of the Arctic. So, Thank you,
Brandon.
Yes. So, out of all of the ice cores and things like Brandon, I don't think he had it. So, out of all of the ice cores and everything that they've done, they've never, ever seen the ice growing at the rate it is right now. So, as far as the Arctic ice melt theory goes, the reality is it's growing like crazy. Now, I've heard a couple of different theories on it's because the volcanoes, the wildfires. That's reality.
I was thinking
all the SO2 in the air.
Yep.
Okay, that's legit.
Mm-hmm.
But I've also seen an article on our Earth goes through these 100,000-year cycles where we go into these glacial periods because, and this is from NASA, because the orbit of the Earth goes a little bit more oblong during these periods than other periods. And we've been in like this perfect little spin for a long time. And we're starting to actually go into this oblong structure where it's going to cool down more. And I was like, please, not in my lifetime. I don't want to be cold. That's why I moved to Texas, where it's warm. So we'll see what's happening with that. But as of right now, the Antarctic sea ice is putting on growth like unprecedented from all the ice cores that they've taken out of the Antarctic before. And I will tell you, I talked to Ellen yesterday,
Yes, how is she?
Yeah, she's doing well. She'll be out here in January, so we'll get to have her on the air live and everything. But she is supposed to be there summer. And it's supposed to be, you know, hot like it is in Texas. It's supposed to be like in the 90s, you know. She talks Celsius to me, but it's basically in the 90s to 100. And they're literally at like still in winter. They're still like in the 40s for Fahrenheit temperature, not Celsius. Yeah. Oh. She's like, it is freaking cold. It is too cold. So you know there's something going on, and you're going to see when we go through the earth weather, there's a lot of snow coming, a lot of early snow. So November 21st, there was 407 earthquakes, 2.0 or higher. The largest was a 5.6 in New Zealand. India, back on our list, the Penna River region is flooding. Record flooding, worse it's been in 140 years. There's 33 dead, 22 missing, 31, just about 32,000 people evacuated with 2,000 homes destroyed. This is a mega, like if this was happening in the United States, it would be crazy news. Russia, they had a powerful snow cyclone come through. Winds up to 98.4 feet per second. So it's just going very cold there, very fast, which it should be, but usually they get more of like a smoother transition, we'll say. Mm-hmm. It's getting bad up there. Even their big equipment is not tackling the amount of snow that they're getting right now. Saudi Arabia, in northern Saudi Arabia, hail, 44 degrees Fahrenheit in the desert. Okay. Spain, heavy rain, flooding. This was on the eastern coast of Spain. And then Colombia saw severe flooding, homes just being washed away in Alto and Medio Buelo. In Palestine, this huge thunderstorm just nailed the Gaza. It was crazy watching it come in on the footage. All right, November 22nd, 413 earthquakes, 2.0 or higher. Biggest was 5.5 in Papua New Guinea and 5.3 in where, Chin? The South Sandwich Islands.
South Sandwich.
You got it.
They're back on the map.
They're back on the map. This is one of the channels that I watch. It's called Rage of Earth. And you get to see all this stuff laid out day by day, and you get to see the pictures of what happens with it. He's had some hiccups as far as copyright stuff from freaking YouTube going on and whatnot. So he can use your support right now. I use him and a couple other sites to put this together for you guys. So it's really cool if you want to go look at the pictures. It's called Rage of Earth. And he does a really cool YouTube channel. So in South Africa, there was 4.3 inches of rain in 1 hour. Major flash flooding. Indonesia saw heavy rain and landslides, 19,000 people affected, 250 homes destroyed. In Egypt, Alexandria saw flooding. The last time they saw flooding, they had all the problems with the scorpions, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. India, they're still flooding. All week they've been. And for what, like 4 weeks that we've been, India's been at the top of the list every time. November 23rd, there was 460 earthquakes, 2.0 or higher. The highest of them was, thanks, Chin. Did you put that channel up for the in the live chat? Sweet, yes, yep. There was 460 earthquakes, 2.0 or higher. The biggest were 5.4 in El Salvador, 5.3 in the southwest Indian Ridge, and 4.8 hit La Palma. So La Palma's still getting, that's the volcano that's erupting in Spain.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're still getting some big earthquakes over there. Australia and New South Wales, there was thunderstorms and flooding again there. Spain just got hit all week. Barcelona, these big thunderstorms, tornadoes. They had 6.9 inches in one day on the 23rd before noon. and it was the record set for 78 years, the highest water levels they've seen in 120 years. So this is not just like normal stuff, right? This is stuff to write home about. And then they saw hail in Spain on the same day. So some of it actually turned to hail, started coming down, flooding with hail and water. It was crazy. On the 23rd, Ecuador had a shallow 4.6 earthquake in Quito. That's their capital. It did some major damage over there. And then Sicily and Italy saw lots of hail that day as well. On November 24th, 409 earthquakes, 2.0 or higher. Biggest was 5.6 in Fiji. That happened twice in that day, and a 5.2 in Japan. So in Spain, they saw this rare snowfall. First time in 8 years they've had snow this early. In Argentina, that same day, huge sandstorm. And then in Japan, a huge snowstorm hits. They got 30 inches in 24 hours and set a new record there as well. In Guatemala, there was 3 big explosions at Volcan de Fuego, and they saw snow in Andorra. Brazil got heavy flooding. India still flooding, a lot of landslides happening, flooding in Spain. And then Argentina got hit with a tornado as well. They had that sandstorm, tornadoes, lots of weather going on there. On the 25th, there was 390 earthquakes, 2.0 or higher. The biggest was a 6.1 in Myanmar, a 6.0 in the Solomon Islands, and a 5.0 in South Sandwich Islands. They're up there.
Get out.
Yeah.
They're pulling out all the stops now.
I know. Well, that's my guy, Rage of Earth. He was offline for a while. That's why I couldn't bring you the daily info on the earthquakes, because that's where I get a lot of that information from. Yeah, I was like, where did he go? That's the day that the sun let out the CME ejection, was on the 25th. And then Malta had a month's worth of rain in several hours, severe flash flooding. South Africa saw severe hail and flash flooding, widespread damage there. And then Russia is just getting hit with blizzard after blizzard. It's just really crippling the country. November 26th, 458 earthquakes, 2.0 or higher. The biggest was a 5.8 in New Caledonia and a 5.7 in the Bonin Islands by Japan. I just like the Bonin Islands. No comment.
We're not talking about a ham, are we?
Yeah. The UK Storm Arwen hit. There was 100-mile-an-hour winds, trees down, widespread damage, 2 lives lost to trees falling on them, 80,000 people without power, and there's Ireland, and there's the EU, or there's England, Ireland, and come on, geography lesson. It's the other Irish type place. Anyway, what? No, begins with an S. Yeah, Scotland.
What?
Yep, Scotland. 80,000 people without power there. I suck with names.
Quiz.
I know. I'm putting you on the spot,
man.
dude. You're my fact checker. You got to know these things.
Jeez.
In Greece, heavy rain, flooding on cultivated fields. Farmers just devastated there. India, 5 died. 10,500 displaced from heavy rains in Tamil Nadu. Spain, a new lava flow erupt from La Palma on the 26th, so another spout of lava coming out of La Palma. No signs of that slowing down or stopping at this point. And then the Canary Islands, the San Felipe tornado hit there. On the 27th, this is yesterday, England, after their big storm came through, they saw a heavy snowfall in Andorra. Argentina, there's forest fires going there. So the fire situation is really disturbing because that's not stopping. It doesn't help as far as like the global cooling stuff goes. Spain, there was huge storms of waterspout tornadoes. Flooding in Italy, Naples. in Colombia. And then Scotland saw this huge snowstorm, and that was after the big storm that came through on the 26th. So earthquakes 1.5 or greater. We've seen 135 in the past 24 hours. That is a huge uptick from where we were last week. The biggest is this happened today, a 7.5 in Peru. Remember I told you the Black Echo's been hanging out on that end of South America? Wow, Peru got hit with a 7.5 today. There's been 960 earthquakes, 1.5 or greater in the past 7 days. And the biggest of that is the 7.5 in Peru. They take it, that's the biggest we've had in a month, in a week, and in the past 24 hours. But the biggest in the past 365 days is still the 8.2 that happened in Alaska. So, go USA. Volcanoes. 27 active volcanoes. It's the same as it was last week. It's still a high number that we're looking at. Only 18 showing minor activity. That's still on the higher side of things, but not the highest we've seen. And then 27 showing unrest. It's at the lower end. And it's interesting because when we first started reporting on the volcanoes, there was like 91 volcanoes at the list, and now there's only 72 on the list. So, 20 of them have basically calmed down and gone quiet since we've been reporting on them. So that's kind of interesting. So I was like, these numbers don't seem as big as when we started. And I started researching that, and I was like, oh, okay, that means either they're not looking at them because there's a lot of volcanoes that go like unchecked, or they've actually calmed down. All right. Well, I think your baby girl is going to need some attention. You're going to have to give her a big hug and take her for a walk.
Toss her outside on the porch with a bottle of wine.
And don't forget her good book. She needs a good book too while she's out there.
Spoiled brat.
Yep. All right. Well, next week, exciting. I know I'll definitely have you here in the afternoon or in the evening. If you can make it by in the afternoon, that'd be cool. Yep. Totally up to you, though. There's going to be a whole bunch of mouse on air, so.
Should be interesting.
You know how that goes. Yeah, when you get all the personalities together and we all like to talk too much. So that ought to be fun. But, yeah, so I hope to see you guys all there. That starts at 2 o'clock next week. Go get your copy of the Christmas Hook book for free. Check that out over on Amazon. And I can't think of anything else.
Do the buy a hard copy and some of the coffee. Makes a great gift package.
That's true. Buy a hard
copy. It really does. Yep. And then get the free copy, digital copy for yourself to read, and you're all set.
Yeah, I really enjoy sending out the disaster coffee for Christmas because I know it's something that people are going to actually make use out of, right? It's not just like a gift that you're just like, oh yeah, here you go. Isn't that great? So I actually
good stuff.
I actually sent your gift out to you today. So
look at that.
Yeah, some chocolate covered bugs for Christmas.
Yum.
Because this is love right here. I couldn't buy you a new car 2 years in a row.
Well, I know. And the chip thing, I understand. I get it.
Yeah, exactly.
The shortages, so.
Mm-hmm. You know how it is. Can't have your heated seats anymore.
Oh, my goodness.
So. All right, guys. And as always, you can get a free download of Day After Disaster over at my website, changingearthseries.com. Check it out. Read the book. Give me a review. That's always good stuff. You'll get hooked because it's a great story. And, I hope you all had a very happy Thanksgiving. I know I did. So we'll pick up the new audio dramas next week. I skipped this week because of the holidays. So we'll pick those up next week. All right, we went over, and this is going to be a long episode anyway, so until next time, love you guys, take care, and remember, dream,
survive,
thrive.
Thank you for joining Sarah and Chen for this episode of the Changing Earth podcast. Don't forget to pick up your copy of Day After Disaster at www.authorSarahFHathaway.com. If you love the Changing Earth series,